Hi everyone, and welcome to High Valley Couponer. So I talked to Kroger Corporate. Yeah, I did, because that policy was horrible, and I could not continue going through that. Like, that would have been horrible to have that policy be in effect. So, with that being said, I emailed them, or no, I didn't. I Facebook messaged them because that was the quickest way to get a hold of them, and I did. I did get a hold of them, and I'll show you the message I sent to them and what they sent back and everything. Because I'm still annoyed with them in the respect that they just don't, this sounds rude, but they're being lazy with the coupon policy. They just want the managers to decide everything. And that's not really a good idea, in my opinion. Corporate's supposed to manage the managers. The managers aren't supposed to, manage corporate. And corporate should give guidelines for the managers to follow. I understand maybe a certain situation comes about and there's someone doing fraud in the store. Yes, the manager has to shut that down, but I just don't think it's fair. I could go to the Kroger in Zanesville and they say you could use 5 light coupons. That's what it's always been. And for instance, let's say I go to the Kroger in Hebron, which I don't know how they do it there because I've never been to that one. And maybe they're like, oh, you can only use 2 printable coupons here. And I've been able to use 5 in Zanesville. Or let's say I could go to the one in St. Clairsville and maybe they'll have a different policy than what the one in Zanesville has. And this is just, and I told Kroger that and they literally don't care. I told them that. And they refuse to even address that. So it kind of was like talking to a brick wall about that, but they don't care. They just think that the managers at each store have the right to make whatever policy their little heart desires. And I really don't like that. Because if you walk into any other store, corporate has a policy. You go to Dollar General has a policy. You go to Walmart has a policy. You know what to expect when you go in, but with Kroger just wants the store to make up their own little rules. And I don't think that's a good business practice, but I don't think Kroger cares what I think. So that's what they told me about the store. But we're going to go and read their emails now, or not email, but the messages, and we'll talk more about it in detail. Alright, so I sent this big old thing to corporate. There actually was 2 more parts. I just edited it out because it really wasn't relevant for you guys to see. But I literally just said how confused I was. And the big issue was the 2 printable things. That's really... The 5 coupons, I don't think that's hard to work around, but my store's not. We'll get to that in a second what my store said, but I asked them, what in the world does some instances mean? Because if you've not heard, the new policy says in some instances, customers may be limited to no more than 2 printable coupons total. So I told them how confusing that was and why that just didn't make sense. So here was Kroger's response back. Hi, Nick. We want to truly apologize for confusing you with our new coupon policy. That's not our intention. What we mean, we say some instances a nicer way to state that all paper coupon acceptance is up to the discretion of the store manager. If you'd like more clarification on what your specific store manager would and would not allow, feel free to call the store and ask to discuss this with them. Have a wonderful day. Okay, Kroger, so you said that this, some instances, is a nicer way to control paper coupons. You guys said printable coupons. You didn't say paper coupons. So that's kind of dumb, but I took Kroger's advice here. They literally just said, again, this is store manager, up to the store manager, up to the store manager. That drama. And it's just really frustrating. I just don't get it. They don't really, I don't understand. Okay, Kroger, so if you don't make the rules, then why did you put out the policy then? If it's all up to the store, you should just put on your policy, call your local Kroger and ask. I mean, that just would make more sense than putting out this really confusing policy, because a lot of us are upset and confused. But truly, the bottom line is Kroger wants us to go to our store and ask. So that's exactly what I did. So I called my local Kroger store. I just went for the service desk. I think it was option 8 or something, I don't know, but I asked to speak with the customer service rep, and it took them a long time to answer, but they finally did answer at my local Kroger store. I was like, do you all have a limit on printable coupons, is what I asked them. And he was like, oh no, there's no limit on them, we just follow what the coupon says. So if the coupon has a limit, and then he felt the need to some reason tell me you can't use a digital and a printable coupon together, but anyways, besides that point, we know that, but that's not what this was about. He was like, there is no limit on printable coupons. You can really use as many as you want as long as you follow the rules on the coupon. Which that was the rule at my Kroger forever. For as long as I can remember, that's what they have done. So I told them, oh, I saw a new policy online that said you can only use 2. And they had like never heard of that. They thought that was crazy. They never heard of it. So that's a game changer. I was really thinking they were going to make that change, and they're not. They're definitely not doing that. And I've actually seen a few of you guys comment that you went to your store and they said the exact... Sorry, that was a video that went off on my computer. They said the exact same thing, that they're not changing anything. So here's what you guys should do today if you want to keep Kroger couponing. As soon as you finish watching this, look up, just Google Kroger for whatever city you live in. Call them and say, hey, do you guys have a limit on printable coupons? Or do you have a limit on coupons? I specifically asked about the printables because that seems to be the hot issue here. But just call them and ask them, hey, do you guys have limits on coupons? Do you have limits on printable coupons? Make yourself familiar with your store's rules. I really can't help you guys anymore with those rules because they've just literally decided each manager gets to make up whatever rules their little heart desires. So I can tell you the deals, and it's really up to your store if they're going to let you, use more than 2 printable coupons or use blah, blah, blah. But I wouldn't take that policy as gospel, like, you have to trust it now. Because Kroger Corporate specifically said go to the store. So I've seen a couple people, well, this is the policy. Well, they specifically said go get with your store managers. So you know what? Take the time, get a hold of customer service or your store manager, and just have a conversation with them and ask them what their coupon rules and guidelines are. Because since they made it up to that specific store, that's just something we're going to have to work around. So, yeah, please let me know in the comments if you did get a hold of your store. And let me know, like, maybe your state of the store. If you want to include the city, feel free to let me know that too. I'm just curious who's following what at this point, specifically by state. Because now, I originally took it as this policy was set in stone. This is the new policy. But apparently, as Kroger so wonderfully said in their message, this is just a guideline for the store and kind of just to let us know what we could potentially expect. It's basically just defending the manager and whatever actions or rules the manager wants to take. Which, like I said, this still isn't great. If your manager sucks, they're not going to want to let you use coupons there, or they're going to interpret stuff wrong. And it's frustrating. Corporate's not letting the manager be wrong. They're not even potentially siding with the customer there. It's basically whatever that manager wants is what the manager is going to do. And I just don't like that. I really don't. So, yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you do contact your Kroger and what they tell you. I'm interested. I'm really interested in this. And I'm working through all the comments from the last video. I know it's easy to fall behind on comments, but I promise I read every single one of them. So, yeah, that's all that I have. Check out my other Kroger videos. They'll be here on the end screen in just a couple seconds because there's a lot of deals this week. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching.